Shit gon' get to the point where you like, and fuck it. This shit ain't going nowhere. I mean, you gon' feel like whatever you doing ain't shit but a waste of time. Putting all your money and effort into a drink every day. Watching people downplay what you trying to do. Waking up watching everybody else make it before you. Shit, but if you quit, think about the years you already put in for that shit. Tears, blood, sweat. Staying up late as fuck. Racing to greatness.
People ask me how did I come up with the ideas or concept for the video. Like, it was nothing to come up with. It was like, that's what happened. It basically started like 5 years ago. That's the setting of Falling Down. I got out. I was in the Navy for 2 years, and I got out because it was fucking terrible. It was a slave ship basically. So I got out. I was in there for 2 years. I was supposed to be in there for 6 years. Long story short, that don't matter. But I got out thinking that was going to help me get a job, and that shit didn't help me get a job at all. I put it on all the applications. Nobody cared. Like, it might have been because they seen that I was only in there for 2 years. That could have been one of the reasons that they didn't care. But still, like, I had expected to have a easier time finding a job. So I was on unemployment from the military for a while, and that was straight. I was getting like $300 a week for that shit. But basically that ran up, and after that ran out, I couldn't find no job. And as time moved on, I got broker and sadder. I got to the point where I lost my apartment. I couldn't keep up with the rent. I had a few friends, so I went, hopping around friends' couches and shit, and sleeping in the back of friends' cars until that ran out. And then, thankfully, one of my friends let me stay with him for a while in his apartment, but it was short-lived. Like, I thought I was gonna be able to stay a little bit longer so I can actually get my shit together. Like, he supposedly allowed me to stay there to get my shit together, but it really wasn't enough time for me to get my shit together. It was just like, I was there, then I was out, and after that I had no more options. The whole Falling Down story really starts in the beginning. I lived a normal life from 0 to 2 years old, and after that my mom lost me on some drug shit, basically, and went to jail over something dealing with me, and I had to move to my grandparents' house. She did time for that and got out. I'm not sure what she did after that, if she tried to come find me or whatnot, or if my father at that time, my dad, who I'm named after, who's actually not my real father. My name is a.reevez, and I'm named after, the person that my mom was with at the time. I got no beef with him. Like, he cool. I have zero beef with him. All my dad beef is with my real dad, my biological dad. I met my biological dad one time. His name Dexter. Obviously, I'll never forget his name. I met him when I was probably like 11 or something, for one day. But it was a pointless meeting. The dude I'm named after did way more. That shit will affect you, basically, and it can affect you in a violent way where you just like, you don't give a fuck, and you like gang banging, selling drugs, killing niggas, and like, fuck it. Like, you can either go that route or you can, try your best. And like, obviously, regardless, you're gonna have your issues, not having that person to look up to, or that person to be there for you when you really need some shit. Like, alright, I'm assed out, I need something right now, I need $50 for the fucking electric bill, mom help me, type of shit. But that's where Falling Down started at, man. I never had anyone to help me with shit. In the setting of Falling Down, when that shit came and I was assed out and I couldn't pay my rent anymore, and I had a daughter at the time, she had to go with her mother, and they're over somewhere in bad living conditions. I mean, they at least have somewhere to go, thankfully. They had someone to help them. Like, I had no one in Virginia at that point to help me. Everything that happened in the video from me, just losing my bag of clothes, being down to my last bag of fucking clothes and losing that shit, like that's all that is 100% true. I mean, you can't, it's hard to, you gotta be creative to come up with shit like that, unless you've been through it. And if you've been through a similar situation where you've only had like a bag of clothes to work with, like a few pairs of socks, a couple shirts, a couple pants, then that's what you gotta recycle in and out. I was down to a bag of clothes to the point where I'm fucking having to wear the same socks over and over, and that shit gets nasty. Like when you, the goddamn 12th time you done put them same pair of socks on without washing them shit, that shit doesn't feel good. It's like you want to cry putting on the socks and shit, and success at that point is getting a clean pair of socks. In the laundromat that it was attached to the apartment I was kicked out of, that's where I was hiding my bag of clothes. And one day I came back from just walking around looking for jobs and shit, and the fucking bag of clothes was gone. So I was down to my motherfucking outfit that I had on, my socks that I had on, and my shoes that I had on. Like I was down to one outfit. So I like to keep a lot of motivational / positive quotes around my house, just so I can make sure I keep my mind on the right side of the spectrum of positivity and negativity. Because when we raised to be negative as fuck, like naturally, the way we're raised to be negative about ourselves, negative about the situations that we go through, to look at the negative side of it. Like if we going through something, we look at nothing but the negatives. That's just how we were trained. Like we were really trained to be negative. So I keep reminders around my house. So I just wanted to show y'all what I have around my house, just so y'all can see what I see every day walking around my house that keeps my mind on the right path. Because you gotta train your mind to be positive, to be motivated. You have to reverse the damage that's been done by us being raised to be negative people. Cherish every moment, be brave, take risks, create your own happiness. Again, have an open mind, open heart, make a real difference, never give up, dream big, be fearless, make every moment count. Today is the day. This one right here just got a whole bunch of them on it. I guess one of my favorite ones is, of course, create your own happiness. That's always gonna be the case. If you can dream it, you can become it. Never give up. Make every moment count. So sometimes I just make sure I look up here and read these things so I can remind myself of how to go about my day. Make time to enjoy the simple things in life. Really, this is one of the most important ones, man. That's why I'm a simple person. And no matter how much money I get, you're really not gonna see me doing something too complex. Matter of fact, up right here. This is supposed to be right here. I'm about to put it up after I turn this off. The power of imagination makes us infinite. I like this one right here. This really gets into the Neville type of philosophy. It's all about your imagination. It's all about creating it first with your thoughts, and then going out there and really hustling it and being open to all possibilities and opportunities, and just getting it. I'm gonna put that one up after we turn this off. Dream. Like imagine whatever you want. Use your imagination to dream about it. Imagine it throughout the whole day. Just think about it and keep it on your mind. Whatever your goal is, believe. It's just like, don't think about it like you want it, you need it. Think about it like you got it, like it's done. It's in the cards already. That's what the believe is for. And then achieve, that's the last step. Dream, believe, achieve, and that's how it goes. And last but not least, the books. You know what I'm saying? This is what really turned it around for me. I found my way in the Barnes and Nobles when I was homeless, and thankfully it was free to go in there and read books. And I found my way in there and I started reading self-improvement shit. And I started, and shit was interesting. I started practicing that shit and really taking that shit serious and believing in that shit. And like I said, here we are in my house, man. And I bounced back 10 times where I was at. So anybody that try to tell you that, you know, reading is fucking corny or the whole power of attraction shit is fake and lame and blah 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 blah, tell them fuck you, cause you know somebody that really went through this shit, that started from nothing, that went down to the bottom, that lost his bag of fucking clothes and started with one outfit on his back and built from that to getting his next outfit to the next outfit to the next pair of socks and building all the way up to where I'm at right now. Which I say I'm not where I want to be at, but I'm way, way further than I was. I'm definitely blessed. So to leave y'all with a couple books to check out, if y'all not too cool to read, what is it, 4 grams not in here? Let's see. First of all, of course, Think and Grow Rich was a classic. If you ain't read this yet, you slipping for sure. Like, you have to read this. This is where you should really start at. Think and Grow Rich. This shit here is fucking official, and this really goes into what I was talking about, like how we're raised. Like, we're raised to beat the fuck out of ourselves, to be our worst critic, our worst enemy, and to really fill your thoughts, your mind with negativity all day. And if that's you, if you feel like you're thinking negative thoughts all the time, it's hard to get to your goals, to reach your goals, and you always feeling down, and you know what I'm saying, you're repeating negative shit to yourself. This is definitely what you need to read, man. Some good ass shit in there. Shit, like I said, anybody that want to downplay reading books and trying to improve yourself, and anybody that want to downplay power of attraction, you can tell them I said fuck them, because I know for damn sure this shit works. It's not just a bunch of bullshit, it's not just a bunch of magic. You gotta believe that shit. You gotta go out there and work your ass off towards your goal, and like really work your ass off every day. And like the beginning, everything revolves around the quote in the beginning of this video. Just really read that quote and take that shit serious. Go out there and hustle. After going and exploring all these different books and all these different concepts, and really opened up my mind to a whole different way of thinking and shit, like that I was never raised on. Like, we raised on some really, you know, self-sabotaging shit. Like, we were raised to really go about life depressed and fearing shit and creating problems, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're raised to do. Like, we're raised fucked up, basically. And it's not our parents' fault, you know what I'm saying? It's not their parents' fault. It's just like, that's how it was set up. Like, whoever wanted it to get set up like this, they did a good fucking job. Like, this is all a devised scheme to have the masses act a certain way, in my opinion. And all the shit I was reading was just concepts that I never heard of before. Like, I was never spoken these type of words as a child, like positive, uplifting, affirmation type of shit. Like, I was never ever heard about nothing like this. And you know, it was interesting to me. And it's something that it's like, you get it and you like, you know, you're not sure. It seems like some bullshit, especially like when you first get it, you're like, it's probably some bullshit. It seems like some bullshit, basically. But I mean, I was desperate, so, and it was interesting to me, so I started taking this shit serious and practicing what I was reading. And I got into, you know, I ran into opportunities. I was keeping my eyes open, and I ran into a good ass opportunity. I was down to my last damn, was $100 or something like that, and I took that opportunity with that last bit of money that I had, because I had faith in that opportunity, and I pretty much used what I was learning from all these books to put my faith into that opportunity. So I scrambled up the last bit of money I had to start up a business, pretty much, and I spent that shit. After spending that $100, I literally was broke. I had nothing. So like, if this shit didn't work, then I had nothing to lose. Like, it just didn't work, and I was just where the fuck I was at in the first place. So, and that's why I did it. And then I just, like I said, I started practicing what I was reading. Spent that last 100, started this business, and shit started fucking working. Like, this shit's really started working, and I was making money without having a fucking boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, seriously, actually making real money without having a boss. And you know what I'm saying? The first week this shit happened, the first week it was working, it was just like, I don't know. Like, I wish I could fucking really go back to feel how that was, that moment, that first week of this shit actually working. Because in that first week, I made more money. It wasn't a lot of money, but I made more money than, you know, I had fucking seen in the last few months in my hand. Like, fucking just walking around selling CDs to get burgers and shit to survive. Obviously, it was well paid off. Years later, I still have yet to clock into a job. I'm doing this from my house, my beautiful house. I was once in the fucking laundromat, taking naps on park benches, and I'm now in my house doing this fucking interview about it. So I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm definitely blessed. So to anybody out there that's dealing with anything that's similar to falling down, my message to y'all is to look at my situation and see if you can take anything from me on the daily, to just think about getting, you know, being strong enough to get through that phase. Because obviously the phase is going to end if you have to do something though. You have to do something to help the phase end. It's going to end regardless, but it might end and you're just right back to like the regular paycheck to paycheck, stressful, you know, living to pay bills life. You don't want that shit either. Like, so for it to really change, you have to work your ass off, be open for opportunities, and just be hungry as fuck for real. Like, that's what I was. I was hungry. I had mouths to feed. I had to get it. And years later, like I said, I'm down here in a nice crib, funding my whole music career by myself, and doing decent right now. And I'm happy at this point. And you know, the story is to continue.
Shit, you ain't the only one struggling. You ain't the only one that's going through a bunch of shit. You ain't the only one that gotta feed a couple kids. You ain't the only one hustling. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through a lot of bullshit. Empty ass fridge. You just gotta live, nigga. You just gotta live. Hey, you ain't the only nigga hustling. You ain't the only nigga struggling. You ain't the only one depending on the government. I know a couple niggas wishing they was where you is. I left the Navy, got broke as fuck, had a baby. Money problems, me and the mama was at it daily. I'm eating dollar menu, I can't feed a daughter, bruh. That's what I'm thinking while I'm pricing all this formula. Price of Pampers quite bananas when you ain't got a job to help you manage. Bills piling up like that yellow shit, understand me? But take a look now, I'm good. I'm eating like I ain't full. My daughter wouldn't want for shit if she could. Keep that bullshit out your life and out your mind. You can't fight negativity, it'll win every time. Long nights dreaming about them M's, riding Benz. When I woke up, niggas barely making ends, turn to friends. But shit, you ain't the only one struggling. You ain't the only one that's going through a bunch of shit. You ain't the only one that gotta feed a couple kids. You ain't the only one hustling. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through a lot of bullshit. Empty ass fridge. You just gotta live, nigga. You just gotta. Yeah, I never needed a mother or dad to make me happy, and that's exactly why I no longer let it affect me. Although when growing up I learned to never open up, but now I'm old enough to know that shit just hold me up. I'm coming up while every other nigga coming down. You want 24s, bitch, I want 24,000. Flip that shit to 48 and then I hit a million for niggas get a chance to hate. Bitch, I'm after great. As of late, I ain't heard shit you niggas had to say in my way, and you can beat it like you masturbate. Close your mouth unless you you got something positive coming out, or I promise you we not gonna be fucking around. Yeah, I got a daughter and I'm by the fucking dollar, and I'm qualified to get it any way you wanna call it. Long nights dreaming about them M's, riding Benz. When I woke up, niggas barely making ends, turn to friends. But shit, you ain't the only one struggling. You ain't the only one that's going through a bunch of shit. You ain't the only one that gotta feed a couple kids. You ain't the only one hustling. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through a lot of bullshit. Empty ass fridge. You just gotta live, nigga. You just gotta live. Fuck you and your petty ass problems, I ain't bottom. And nah, I ain't Drake, I really started from the bottom. Now my niggas all bring grams to the party, smoking on the same weed they sold by Marley. Hardly a come up, cause we been working longer than a motherfucker, so it's just no wonder. And I remember one summer I hit rock bottom. Niggas DDT me and say they not riding, but fuck it, I got it on my own, riding all alone. Call me Billy Hoyle, bitch, I'm in the fucking zone. You niggas was looking fresh and I looked a mess. I was stacking paper, bitch, now look at us. You get what you think of, you get what you speak of. Shit, you gotta see it if you want it, cuz spend years trying to make ends, turn to friends. Now my niggas waking up the M's in the fucking bins, nigga. Yeah, you ain't the only one struggling. You ain't the only one that's going through a bunch of shit. You ain't the only one that gotta feed a couple kids. You ain't the only one hustling. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through it. You ain't the only one that's going through a lot of bullshit. Empty ass fridge. You just gotta live, nigga. You just gotta live.